Did the U.S. Supreme Court just slap back the DEI movement? I think they did. The decision today called Ames versus the Ohio Department of Youth Services, which, by the way, the Ohio Department of Youth Services is really just jails for kids. The plaintiff in this case, Miss Ames, she was working at this jail for kids and she wanted to get a promotion, but she was passed over in favor of a lesbian candidate. Then she got demoted and replaced by a gay man. She got mad and she sued because she said, I'm being treated differently because I'm not gay. Now, she didn't do too well at first in the lower courts. Her case got thrown out. The judges in the lower court said, you're a straight woman. If you want to sue for discrimination, you have to prove more. You have to prove that, the kids' jail you worked at is one of those places, one of those rare places that actually discriminates against majority members like you, a straight woman. You have to prove that this place will do something like that, and you haven't, so you're out. So they threw her case out. But I guess she's determined. She didn't give up. She went all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court, and today she won. In that case, Judge Jackson, writing for the unanimous Supreme Court, held that the lower judges were wrong when they made the plaintiff, Miss Ames, prove that something special. They said that it wasn't right to make a member of a majority group have to prove those so-called background circumstances that they work for one of those rare employers. That would actually discriminate against majority groups. The judge held that that requirement is not in the law. And since it's not in the law, the judge was wrong to apply it. And the Supreme Court is right, because the law they're talking about is Title VII. And that law doesn't have any requirement like that, and it was removed. So the holding today is that everyone, no matter who you are, just has to prove discrimination, even if you're a member of a majority group, that you don't have to prove anything different. Now, a lot of you may have heard of something called reverse discrimination. That's really what this case is about, in my opinion. Miss Ames was a member of a majority group, a straight woman, and this is really like a reverse discrimination case. And the court held that in these kinds of cases, the law is the same for everyone, no matter who you are. But the result is that organizations that are trying to give minority members preference in the workplace or in a school setting could find themselves on the wrong end of a lawsuit in a courtroom. And based upon today's decision, they could be found liable for discrimination themselves. That's the case today. I hope that was interesting, and thanks for watching. I'm Robert Ottenshaw.